Hello! Welcome back to ESL Universe. There are some themes that my videos have fit into before, but there are also some important aspects of English to learn that don't fit as nicely into certain categories or themes. Today, I want to talk to you about adjective order. This does fit easily into the grammar category. However, I only anticipate a single video describing it for now. You may be wondering what adjective order is now that I've mentioned it. Essentially, there are certain orders of adjectives that are acceptable for an English speaker to hear or read, and any other order sounds highly unnatural or wrong. Before we get started, let's do a quick recap on basic sentence structure. As you are likely very aware, every sentence in English requires a subject and a verb. However, language spoken or written using only the most basic sentence structure gets boring very quickly and sounds very choppy. We therefore use a variety of types of words to form sentences, along with a variety of sentence structures to make our speech more interesting. One of the aspects of English that we can add to our sentences to make them more interesting are called adjectives. Adjectives are words that modify or describe a noun. It adds an element of detail to what we are saying, which helps the listener or reader to more easily picture what is being talked about. Usually, adjectives appear in a sentence right before the noun that it modifies. Let's try a quick example where we provide increasing amounts of information in a sentence by adding adjectives. The dog walks. The big dog walks. The big brown dog walks. Do you notice how as I add in more adjectives, the picture that I am describing becomes clearer to you? At the beginning, you may have pictured a small white dog, but as I give you more details, you can start to see the same picture that I am describing. This is an incredibly important aspect of language. However, it can also be extremely confusing for an English language learner to get right, especially right away. For example, they may try to say the brown big dog walks, which sounds very wrong to an English speaker, but may sound perfectly okay to someone with a different first language. In English, there is a specific order of adjectives which need to be used. This does not mean that every type of adjective needs to be used in a sentence. In fact, that would likely sound quite awkward itself. However, you can use a simple list to remember which adjective comes in which order, at least until it becomes more natural for yourself. In general, the order that we expect to see adjectives in English is number or quantity, opinion or quality, size, age, shape, color, proper adjectives such as nationality, material, etc., and qualifier or purpose. This order is rarely, if ever, broken. Let's look at an example. Let's pretend that we want to describe a house that is white, square, and old. We could just form a sentence using those exact words and in that order. But to a native English speaker, it would sound very wrong to say the white, square, old house. They may even ask you to repeat yourself multiple times because their brain wouldn't be able to properly understand and process this sentence like that. However, if you say the old, square, white house, it sounds more correct and therefore would be more easily understood by another English speaker. To make things simpler for you, I've developed a chart that you can reference when you're trying to practice this. Here are some examples. Some examples of the determiner, which are number or quantity, are a, an, the three, multiple, some, any, or this. Then we have things that are an opinion, like amazing, terrible, beautiful, good, or bad. Size or length or height can be words like huge, tiny, tall, or short. The physical quality, so things like hot, cold, thick, smooth, rough. Age are words like old, young, ancient, teenage, or mature. Shape can be the actual shapes, such as square, or it can be things like thin or fat or twisted. Color can be any color in English, like blue, black, or red. Proper adjectives or origins can be words like Canadian or Chinese or British. Materials are words like wood, plastic, velvet, or silk. And the purpose or qualifier for the noun can be things like writing or sports or kitchen or fishing. So we would usually see a sentence that starts with a determiner, has one or a couple of the different adjectives, and then would end that portion with a noun. Keep in mind that at the end of whatever description you are giving, you always must include a noun. Also, please remember that adjectives and nouns alone do not make a proper English sentence. You will still need to include some kind of verb at the end to make the sentence complete. Let's try some practice creating sentences using the words in the table. An amazing wooden sports car drove down the road. Multiple ugly old twisted black car parts lay on the table. Some tasty smooth chocolates would be nice. This metal kitchen utensil is broken. The 3 unusual antique Italian ceramic dishes stared back at me. Your turn. Try to create at least 10 sentences using the proper adjective placements, and don't forget to speak them out loud using proper pronunciation. Subscribe to our channel to catch our next video, and I'll see you next time on ESL Universe.